Hello everybody, just Mongrel. Today we're going to do a deck profile and primer on heroes. Now, I play the Omni Hero. I do not play the Neos version of this deck. However, I probably will do a video on that at some other point. So, Hero is a non-linear combo type of deck, which means that it's largely dependent on the hands that you draw and the state of the board. And of course, any good deck profile video starts with a deck profile. So, starting off, of course, this is not the be all end all. Should be taken with a grain of salt. This is just my personal build of what I like to play, which has been fine tuned to the point of where I think it's pretty good. Starting off, we have 3 copies of Elemental Hero Stratos. This is a really solid card. It can search on summon a hero monster and also destroy spells and traps. And say not once per turn, so if you can special more than once, you can gain off the profit of it. Next up, 2 copies of Shadow Mist. When Shadow Mist is special summoned, you get to search Mass Change. And if it's sent to the graveyard, you can search any hero monster from your deck. However, you can only choose 1 effect per turn. Next up, 1 copy of Liquid Soldier. Liquid Soldier is really interesting because you almost never normal summon it. When it's normal summoned, you get to special summon a level 4 lower hero from your grave, which you would usually summon Stratos off of. But the effect that we run it for is for if it's used as fusion material, sent to the grave, or banished, which works off of Miracle Fusion, you can draw 2 cards and discard 1. It has a pretty interesting type, being able to go into Absolute Zero or be used for Sunriser plays. For the Destiny Hero package, you play 1 Plasma, 2 Malicious, 1 Denier. This just recycles your banished Malicious, giving you an extra body. And 1 Dark Angel. Dark Angel is really cool because if you have 3 or more Destiny Heroes in the field and or grave, you can discard this card and then special a Destiny Hero from your grave to the opponent's side of the field, which you would always pick Dark Angel. Dark Angel, when it's face up on the field for the player, any spell cards that activate are negated. Not just 1, all of them, while Dark Angel's face up on their type field, which is really useful. However, there are 2 ways to get rid of Dark Angel, being either using it for a link play like a Link Karibo, a Nightmare, something like that, or just attacking into a monster you control. Which is why whenever you are aware that you're going into a Dark Angel play, you usually put everything into defense, also to play around Lightning Storm. For the Vision Hero package, this is a must. 3 Ferris, 1 Increase, and 2 Vion. Increase is a brick. You do not want to draw into it. However, I seem to draw on it at least 70% of my games. So this package is non-negotiable no matter what build you're playing, whether you're playing the newest Neos version or something else. This is a really solid package. Bears can discard a card from your hand, a hero in particular, to special itself, and then put Increase into the spell and trap zone. Increase, when it's in the spell and trap zone, contribute a hero you control, special itself from a spell and trap zone, and then special summon Vion from your deck. When Vion is normal or specialed, you can dump any hero, which you would probably dump Denier or Malicious. You can also banish a hero monster and search Poly, which is a really useful way. However, this combo line is very accessible to just being negated. Normally, you're searching Poly off of Vion. This is your only way to search Poly. So if your opponent knows that and is aware of the game plan, they can definitely do some damage there. Next up, 1 copy of Dusted Gold. This is optional, of course, in the current build of it. I really like a Dusted Gold. However, a Dusted Gold is a Fiend type, which is needed to keep in mind. You always want to draw a Dusted Gold before you draw into your Dark Calling. However, you can always send a Dusted Gold off of something like a Foolish type effect. For these spells, we play Rhoda, 2 E-Call. Depending on how many Stratos you play and how much room you want to have for flexibility spots, you can play 1 or 2 E-Call. I think 3 is way too much. I think this is the optimal amount. Next up, 3 copies of Hero Lives. While Ecall and Hero Lives have a very slim pool, being able only to summon Stratos, Shadow Mist, and Liquid Soldier, 2 are your primary targets, being Stratos and Shadow Mist. You don't really want to get Liquid Soldier off of this. However, these are really solid cards, definitely worth it. Next up, I play 2 Poly. A lot of people play 1 Poly. I think 2 is fine. If you want more flex spots, you could definitely cut down on the E-calls and the Poly. Uh, I just prefer the 2. I rather use Wonder Driver to recycle mass change than Poly. Um, but again, most people play 1. I prefer the 2. Next up, Miracle Fusion. This is searchable off of Sunrise. 3 copies of Mass Change, which is searchable off of Shadow Mist, and 3 copies of Fusion Destiny. This is a really solid card. This can use materials from your deck to special summon a Fusion Destiny hero monster from your extra deck. However, you are locked into only special and darks for this turn, but you can normal other non-darks. So this card's really cool because not only is it double foolish, it can load up your materials for Dark Angel, and it also, if you're in a pinch and don't have any other things other than Fusion Destiny in your hand, no Stratos, no ways to get to Stratos, which you need to get to Ferris, you can go into Dangerous, which nets you the search off of Shadow Mist, which is really useful. Next up, 1 Dark Calling. This is searchable off of your Dusted Gold. For the traps, we play 3 copies of Imperm and 3 evenly matched. These are your 6 flex spots in the deck. You could probably have a couple more if you cut Poly and an E-Call out. You'd also have a couple more if you cut the Destiny Hero package, or not Destiny, the Evil Hero package entirely. However, these are just my flex spots. These are what I like. I highly do recommend evenly matched. There are times where you just are forced to go second. You can't really do anything. So then you just kind of have to evenly. And that is the main deck. We're going to go on to the side deck now. For the extra deck, we play Sunrise. This searches your Miracle Fusion. Wake Up Your E-Hero is your usual Miracle Fusion target. This can get really beefy, and it's usually my end game kind of goal. Absolute Zero. It's not as strong as it used to be, but it is pretty useful. Next up, 1 Vision Hero Adoration. I slept on this card for a while. This is actually really useful. Just when you're locked into darks after Fusion Destiny, and you happen to have like a Stratos or a Wonder Driver on field, and you just really don't want that when you're going with a Dark Angel play, you can just Adoration it, which is really cool. 1 DP, this is the strongest card in the entire extra deck in my opinion. Amazing card, really useful. I go into it 99.9% of the time off of Fusion Destiny. It's just really powerful. Dystopia for Dystopia locks. Dangerous is pretty cool. Again, I only really use Dangerous if I have Fusion Destiny and no way to get to Ferris. It's a latch ditch effort, which is why it's in here. I tried to cut it, did horribly. It's like 1 out of 100 games you actually need it, but when you need it, it comes in handy. 1 Malicious Bane, really good card. 2 Dark Law. I played 2 just in case it's good enough you're going to use it again. Most of your deck is dark. 1 Anki for direct attacking. This is just like to finish the game, seal it off. 1 Blast. This is just your back row destroyer. You're always going to have a Stratos. You're almost never going to have an Absolute Zero or a Liquid Soldier in your field to go into Acid. And for the links, we play Cross Crusader, Wonder Driver, and Dread Decimator. Dread Decimator is for the Dystopia plays. Wonder Driver is really good for recycling your spell fusions. And Cross Crusader at 1 because the deck is kind of tight on space. I personally don't ever have an instance where I need to do the combo again for a second Cross Crusader, so I think 1 is fine. However, I think 2 is most optimal. I just don't prefer 2. And for the side deck, again, side deck is extremely personal. This is just what I currently enjoy playing the side. 3 Nib, 3 Gamma Seal, 2 Lightning, 1 Duster, 3 Dark Ruler, and 3 Book of Moon. I'm currently waiting on my 3 copies of No Material. I'm going to try them out. They seem to be working pretty good. Sun Avalon Rika is pretty popular now. If you know Material, the normal they have, they can't do anything for the rest of the turn, so they just pass, which is pretty useful. I think the side deck's really good. You could probably throw in these 2 Lightning Storms into the main. You could like swap out the Evil Hero package or that E-Call and Poly or whatever, just because it's only 2 spots. Again, extremely personal. Put whatever you want in the side deck. Alright, I'm going to be showing you guys a couple combos here. The first one requires Stratos and any hero monster. Of course, Destiny Hero Malicious and or Denier will be the best possible picks for this. So we're going to start our turn by normal summoning Stratos. Stratos effect to search a hero monster. We're going to search Ferris off of it. Ferris in hand, we will activate to discard a hero monster, special summoning itself from our hand. We're going to activate the effect of that to add increase to the spell and trap zone. Increase in the spell and trap zone will tribute a hero, specialing itself, and special summoning Vion from that. Vion on summon gets a dump, which we will probably send either Malicious and or Denier, depending on what we have. And then the next part of this combo is pretty optional, but we will be, of course, going to Cross Crusader. It just depends how we get there. So going into a Link summon to summon Cross Crusader. Cross Crusader on summon specials back a Destiny Hero from her grave. We're going to activate the effect of Vion to banish increase since it's no longer needed to search a copy of Poly. Now this combo can get you very far, however this is just the start of it, and usually the combo that you're going to take to start up your plays and to get materials for other plays down the line. Okay, so this part of the combo requires 3 cards, being Cross Crusader, Malicious, and Fusion Destiny. By this point, this is just after the Vision Hero combo that we just established. We'd have Cross Crusader on the field and Malicious. We're going to activate the effect of Cross Crusader, sending Malicious to the grave to search any hero monster. The monster we're going to search is, of course, going to be Dark Angel. After that, of course, this is assuming after we've done our entire combo with the rest of the cards, so we don't have to summon any non-dark for the rest of the turn. We're going to Fusion Destiny, sending the remaining Destiny heroes to the graveyard, wherever they are, which would be, in our case, Denier and Plasma. And of course, we'd somehow get Cross Crusader off the field, usually by Adoration. But we're going to discard Dark Angel and then special to the front side of the field, since we have 3 Destiny heroes in the graveyard. Now this is a really useful lock. However, there are a couple things with it, of course. Them being able to go into a Link summon, usually a Link Karibo or Nightmare Phoenix or something like that. They can also attack into your face-up attack position monsters and destroy by battle, and then go into main phase 2 and combo off. Usually, when you go into a Dark Angel play, you always want to try to put things in defense. Not just for Dark Angel, but also to play around Lightning Storm. Yeah. So let's get into just some gameplay of it. And we're going to assume that we're going first with 0 interruptions, just for demonstration purposes. We're going to draw 5 off the top of the deck, and we're going to see where it gets us. Not a bad hand, definitely not the worst. Ferris in the opener isn't bad. I think we're going to start off with a copy of Rhoda to search our Ferris. Or not Ferris, Stratos. After that, we're going to normal summon Stratos for the effect. For this, I think we're going to search. There's a couple different things we can search here. I think we're going to go with a malicious search, however. We're going to activate the effect of Ferris to discard malicious from our hand, specialing itself, and adding increase to the trap zone. I'm going to get the effect of increase, sending Ferris to the grave, specialing itself, and then specialing Vion from the deck. Vion on summon gets a dump, which we are going to send Denier. We're going to keep that copy of Ferris in the grave, just because that's very important for the Evil Hero combo. Where if you're not playing it, you can just banish it right away. I think I want to keep that copy of Stratos just because it's non-dark, so I'm going to banish Malicious from my grave to specially copy itself. After that, we're going to go into a Link Summon, going into Cross Crusader here. Cross Crusader on summon, summons back Malicious from our grave. We're going to activate the effect of Vion to banish increase, searching a Polymerization from our deck. After that, I think we're going to activate Cross Crusader, sending Malicious to grave to search any hero monster. I think the monster we're going to search is going to be a Dusted Gold. I'm going to discard a Dusted Gold to search the Dark Calling. Then I think we're going to go into... I think we're going to go into a Wonder Driver here. Yeah, that's fine. Then we're going to Polymerization here with this Stratos and Shadow Mist in hand for a copy of Sunrise. We're going to reset this copy of Poly off of Wonder Driver, and we're going to activate the effect of Sunrise and Shadow Mist Engrave. So Shadow Mist lets us search for... let's grab a copy of Dark Angel for later. We might need it. And then we get to search a Miracle off of Sunrise. Then I think we're going to... it's time for the Destiny Hero plays here. We're going to... kind of messed up a little bit, but it's fine. We're going to special Denier from our grave, because we have another Destiny in the grave other than itself, which recycles that Malicious at the top of the deck. We're going to banish Malicious from our grave to special summon that copy we just added. Then we're going to... yeah, we're going to go into a Poly here, fusing Denier and Malicious into a Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer. Then after that, I think we're going to... we don't have any lights, so we cannot do anything with that Wonder Driver at the moment. I think we're going to Dark Calling here. banishing our copy of Dusted Gold and Ferris to special a copy of Malicious Bane. After that, we're going to set a copy of Mass Change and save that miracle for next turn. So we ended on a Mass Change, a DPE, Sunrise, Malicious Bane, and a Wonder Driver. And we also have Miracle for next turn in hand, a Dark Angel for later if it comes up, and a Liquid Soldier. Actually, I believe the Dark Angel does come up now, since we do... No, it only affects the grade. Okay. So if we DP pop on our turn, we can Dark Angel him, since we'd have 3. So yeah, not a bad end board. Definitely not the strongest I've had. I could have Liquid Soldiered with that Stratos instead of Shadow Mist. However, I just really didn't want that search. Yeah, not a bad opener. We'll go one more. Alright, we're going to shuffle and see where that takes us. Not bad. Definitely not the worst hand I've seen. No Ferris is a little iffy, but we're going to start off with a copy of Hero Lives, paying half her life, 2 special. I think we're not going to go with a Stratos. I think instead we're going to go with I think a Shadow Mist would be cool, but I think the right play is a Stratos, which we're going to search a copy of Malicious off of. After that, we're going to activate the effect of Ferris in hand, discarding Malicious, special summoning it from our hand, and adding an increase to the spell and trap zone. Increase, sending Ferris to the grave, specialing itself, and then specialing a copy of Vion from deck. Vion summon gets a dump. We're going to send our copy of Denier to the grave. After that, I think we're going to banish Denier, special, or Malicious, special another Malicious from deck. Then we're going to go into a Link summon here. How original. We're going to go into a Cross Crusader, of course. This is a very boring combo to start, but can definitely branch out in a bunch of different ways. We're going to special Denier back, or Malicious off of the Cross Crusader. Vion to banish, increase to search a Poly from our deck. What to do? I think we're going to tribute this Mali off of Cross Crusader to search a copy of Dark Angel. It'll be really useful seeing as we have Fusion Destiny now. We're going to... honestly, I think our best bet here is probably... because we haven't used the Denier cycle yet, and we can reset that Poly. I think it's ballsy, but I think it might work in our favor. I think we're going to go for a... I think we're going to go into a Wonder Driver here. Then we're going to activate a copy of Poly, fusing Vion in hand and Stratos on the field to summon Sunrise. This will reset our Poly, and then we can search off of Sunrise, which we will of course search Miracle. After that, we will going to go into that denier here, specialing itself, then resetting that malicious. And then we're going to poly for these two, which will get us a copy of Adoration on the field. Just to clear up space, have an extra body. After that, we're going to Fusion Destiny. We're going to, of course, get the DPE here. Going to send the Plasma, and because we managed the Destiny Hero stuff a little wonky, I think we're going to send Malicious. Just we don't have the extra summon, unfortunately, off of it. Which we get DPE, and then we discard Dark Angel and special summon it to the opponent's side of the field. We, of course, probably would set that evenly, and then pass. We could, of course, save it evenly. I'd probably save it. Depends who's playing, of course. Yeah, not bad. We ended on a Dark Angel for the opponent, a DP, an Adoration, a Sunrise. We have an Evenly and a Miracle in hand. Not a bad hand. For this next one, we're going to start with a increase in hand and just see where that takes us. So we're guaranteed an increase. And of course, we're starting off with that increase in hand, so we're only going to be drawing 4. This is just for demonstration purposes, just to see what to do when you actually draw into increase, just because it is sucky. Like right now, it's really sucky. I think the only thing we can do in this situation is Fusion Destiny here. We're going to send a copy of Malicious and a Plasma to the grave to summon ourselves a copy of DPE, and we're now locked into Dark for the rest of the turn. I think we're going to normal summon Denier, activate Mass Change here for a Dark Claw. After that, we're going to special deny. Actually, no, I won't. I'm going to activate the effect of Malicious, banishing itself, special summoning itself from the deck. Then we're going to deny or summon to recycle that Mally. After that, we're going to go into a Link summon here for a Cross Crusader, specialing that Mally back off of a Crusader. We're going to activate the effect, attributing it to search a copy of. We're going to search a copy of Stratos because it's a normal summon. We're going to normal summon Stratos, which searches us a copy of Ferris. Now, while we can't get to Poly in this instance, due to not having increase, we can still, of course, get a free body and a discard out of this. So we're going to discard increase to special Ferris from our hand. After that, we're going to go into a Dread Decimator here. And set Imperm, and then just pass, which isn't the best, but it's just enough to where it's usually allowing us to get to the next turn, which we draw into Poly, apparently. It's not bad. Usually your increase in your opening hands, your board will usually be weak, just because that is a key, crucial combo guide, or a combo piece that is required to get a nice end board. However, this end board isn't bad. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about the deck profile and the primer I did. Let me know if I should just make more primers in general, because I have only done Hero. I'm a fan of primers, and I don't think there's a lot of videos on YouTube that really dive deep into how to play a deck and what cards you play and why you play them. I actually enjoy making this content. Definitely took a little bit to gather all the resources and the knowledge for this video. So if you enjoyed it, definitely hit the like button or whatever. Subscribe if you want to. Anyway, thanks for watching. Yeet.